What's up, guys? I am so excited to be introducing my first of the Creator Entrepreneur series. My first interviewee is Mia, who is one of my closest friends, and we've been friends for a really long time, and she's also been my hairstylist since she's been in cosmetology school, and I've had the absolute honor and privilege to watch her journey and just how much she has just blossomed and flourished as a person, as an entrepreneur, and as an artist, and just seeing her in her element, and she's absolutely killing it. So she is honed in on becoming a vivid specialist because she figured out the part that she loves to do and she made it work. And not only that, but she has grown to owning her own salon now and not just being a hairstylist, but now she's a salon owner, and she gets to do what she loves and focus on the parts of it that she loves. And people love her work so much that they give her full creative control. I am one of them, and it's so fun getting this Surprise Me special. And she's so great with people, and she works with them so well. She will ask you the right questions, and yeah, she's an amazing hairstylist, amazing person, and honestly a really inspiring artist and entrepreneur. So today we're going to focus in a little bit more on her artistry side, and I can't wait to do more interviews with her. But I am just so blessed that she gets to be the first person I interview, so I really hope you enjoy this. I know if you don't know her yet, you're going to fall in love with her by the end of this, because who can't? Who doesn't? She's amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and really hope you enjoy this. There's more to come. My name is Jamie.
I'm Mia, the owner of Electric Leopard Hair Studio.
And we're going to talk about her as an artist today. So I'm going to be not only recording and documenting my journey as a creative entrepreneur, but she is actually the first that I'm going to be interviewing as a creative entrepreneur herself.
Yay!
So we're just going to ask some questions and just go for it today.
Amazing.
So first off, tell us about your identity apart from being a hairstylist. Like, what do we want to know about Mia herself?
That is an incredibly challenging question to try to separate myself from my career.
I
because
know.
I'm so much of a creative, and my creativity, it flows right into my career. Let's see. Let me think about something that people don't really know about me. I feel on the spot and awkward. So.
I know. I'm asking any artist to tell them about themselves without their art is really challenging.
Yeah.
But I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's. I do think it's super important because we are not only our art; it's a part of us, but like we are so much more than just creatives. Like we're whole people aside from just creatives.
So what does Mia like to do? What would you like to share about your personal life? You don't have to spell everything.
My faith is a big part of who I am. My husband is in seminary. He's going to be done with seminary in May, and I'm so excited. I've been sugar mama for 5 years, and I'm tired. And yeah, our faith is a big part of who we are as people, and how we serve and love our community. And I love animals. I have 4 cats, a dog, and a chameleon. So those are a couple little things about me.
Lemon the chameleon.
Lemon.
Little lemon. So cute.
So cute, yeah.
Okay, cool. So when was it that you knew for sure that you wanted to be a hairstylist?
Oh, I was definitely super young. I remember I was 9 years old when I cut my first hair. It was my great-grandmother.
9.
And I don't know what she was thinking, but she let me cut her hair. And I think I did a good job. She liked it. And then I also cut my little cousin's hair.
Wow.
And yeah, so I was really young when I started to notice that I had a love and a passion for hair. I actually never cut my own hair until I was a professional. But before I was a professional, I definitely colored my hair. But definitely, I was really young when I started to notice that I had a passion for hair.
Awesome. All right. And when did you know that you wanted to own your own business with it?
Ooh, I definitely knew I wanted to own my own business right out the gate.
Okay.
Honestly, the industry is a really challenging one. Unfortunately, there are there's this culture of competitiveness and a lack of community for other creatives in this industry. And I wanted to be a change for that, where we can actually collaborate and have community instead of competition. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's no reason that we should be treating people like, quote unquote, my client or quote unquote, your client. Actually, clients are their own people and can decide where they want to go because they're their own people. But it's about an experience that we create for them, and also a culture that we set in the salon, and clients can feel that. But also, like, just work is consumes so much of our time as the American culture. Like, we work more than we do anything else.
Yep.
And so having the balance of like having a good place to work, like I wanted to create a good environment that people want to be at, whether it's to work or to get services.
I love that. All right. So now, what's something unique about your process that you want to share?
Ooh, you're asking for a little secret. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then also, I can double stack another question on top of that. What's something that would be considered maybe weird or unconventional that you do as a hairstylist?
Oh, okay.
So you can package that however you want.
Yeah. So I actually, this is really a thing for me. I don't actually plan what I'm going to execute on someone's head. Most of my clients give me full creative freedom, and I actually just let creativity flow in that moment.
I can attest to that, by the way. I've been her subject many times. And people are like, oh, you're so bold. I'm like, no, you don't know my hairstylist. I trust her more than my own judgment.
I love that. Yeah, I try not to be too planned in my execution of like what my vision is until like the blonding process is complete. A lot of the time with blonding process, my clients have had pre-existing color in their hair, permanent color, box color. They've done their hair themselves. And so I don't want to have too much of a strict vision for what I want to create and have these other elements come into play and then it be like try to force my vision. I think actually authentic creativity goes with variables and you adjust and you learn to adapt. And so I really like hone in on my focus and my vision more at the like midsection of the project versus like have a full blown plan in the beginning. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
And I want to feel it out. Like I love to like be present in the moment. So like I like to create custom art that's for the individual. So if someone comes in and they're feeling kind of fiery, they're feeling kind of fierce, you know, and that's not typically like what their vibe is. Like I want to like represent them where they're at in time in that moment.
Okay.
And like, you know, I don't know if that kind of makes sense, but
yeah, like you want to meet them
where they're at.
Season that they're at.
Yes, exactly. Because even 6 weeks, like 6 weeks ago, Mia is different than now Mia. Like I'm constantly growing. So like, I want to treat everyone like who they are right now and not.
And going off script with that, what do you see yourself a lot in your clients, and how do you relate?
Like what do you mean?
So like you're constantly evolving. Some people do not like change. Do you find that a lot of your clients reflect your attitude with the fun and the change?
Oh, 100%. Okay. I actually don't think I have any clients that do the exact same thing every single time. Like
I'm sure you love
literally
that.
Yeah, I love variety is the spice of life. I get so bored, people get so bored. Like it's so fun to be able to switch it up, and especially with vivids, like they're designed to fade out. So having something that, you know, is intentionally fading with a beautiful process, like it's fun to just switch up the look every time.
Yeah. And then, so what about your creative process would you like to share? If people were to ask you, like, you know, how do you do what you do? Or just talk a little bit more about how you specialize in vivids.
Yeah, absolutely. So my biggest recommendation for everyone trying to get into vivids or even about a creative process is let yourself make mistakes. Let yourself try something new. That can be really controversial because obviously it's on people's heads and it's important. So when I mean like let yourself make mistakes, I mean do a model call. Let someone know that you're doing something experimental color-wise like with tonality on their head, not chemistry wise. Obviously, if you're doing something experimental with chemistry, you should go back to Cosmo school. But if you're doing something experimental with a color palette that you're really inspired by, let someone know, hey, I want to do a model call. I want to find someone who's interested in giving me creative freedom to work with this color palette. You know, I really have this vision, but this is a really unconventional color palette. So for instance, one of the things that I really love pairing together are neon tones and neon like vibrancy with muted tones and muted tonalities and color palette. They are like competing things. Typically, you don't see clothing that has neon and muted tones in it. You don't see things in nature with neon and muted tones in it. But to me, like, it's like in my brain when I see neon and muted tones together, it just excites me. It's very fun. It feels like a competing season. Like muted tones are more like fall, wintry kind of tones. And then like neon tones to me are more like a spring or a summer tonality.
Yeah.
And so to me, it feels like a competing season. And I don't know, I just really like it.
You,
so that's
you
something
probably like the
unconventional.
challenge of like making those two things
Yeah,
work
and I just
too.
it's so fun. Like I love putting unconventional things together. Like even in an unconventional pattern and placement, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me really happy.
And you make it work. All right, so what are your proudest accomplishments that you want to tell us about? And please do not be shy. No, like break out of your shell. Just pretend you're talking about somebody else you're really proud of. And
That's
I shouldn't even have to
part.
say that.
Yeah.
But we do. We get in our heads sometimes. So,
the imposter syndrome is definitely there.
Yeah. Let's break out.
Yeah. I would definitely say, opening my salon is definitely one of my proudest accomplishments. I was a salon owner in 2020 as well. And I rebranded and expanded my salon. And I'm just so proud of the love and labor that I put into my space. And I intentionally did every single thing in here. And I think people can feel it when they walk in the door, that this is a place of love and joy and happiness. Life is too hard to do alone. And so I want to have a haven of people and community in my salon space. So this is definitely one of my proudest accomplishments. And then secondly, I would say last year, not only that I got nominated in hair competitions, but I'm even more proud that I had the courage to finally enter.
That's so
I
cool.
wanted to enter hair competitions for years before I finally actually had the courage to enter. And I entered 3 hair competitions last year, and I got a nomination in every single one. I got a top 25 in hair tattoos, and that is globally. And then I got top 100 globally for creative color. I got 2 nominations in a live fashion hair for best color transformation. And then I also received a top 10 on a color correction for the Rainbow Convention.
That's so awesome. I can't even remember them all. That's
I know.
How great it is.
So I'm so proud of myself that I had the courage to enter. Like the fact that I got nominated is just, it's so humbling and so incredible. But to me, the biggest win of all was that I had the courage to enter.
Yeah. And I feel like with artists, we see that a lot is that, a lot of people will hype them up and be like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should enter here. And they're like, no, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think, like my work is good enough.
Yep.
But we really need to be encouraging each other and lifting each other up and reminding ourselves too that, hey, I'm never going to find out unless I actually try, which is awesome.
I lose nothing by trying.
Exactly.
But so often we're in our heads about these things and, just doing the thing is so powerful. Like it's so liberating.
That's so true. All right. So what's the most rewarding part about doing hair?
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's a big one.
The joy of clients transforming and seeing their new hair and the confidence that people can have and feel good in their hair and in their body. Like it can truly change lives. And it's so powerful. And the fact that we can create a safe space for people to open up, be authentic, be genuine, share their hearts. Like, it's kind of a joke in the community about like, oh, hairstylists are also therapists. But
true.
It's such a thing. Like we are very few of industries where we actually get to physically touch people and come in and enter into their space, their personal bubble. Mm-hmm. And so I take that very seriously. I think hairstyling is sacred work. Honestly, someone is giving you permission to alter their appearance. So I take that very seriously. And so it's one of my favorite things and most exciting things to see and help people feel good about themselves. Like it's so powerful.
It's beautifully said. I love that. All right, so we're gonna jump to your environment. So you're known for how, I'm gonna let you explain it. So how important is your environment to you as you create? And I want you to tell us more about that and your unique journey creating your atmosphere, because this goes beyond the walls of your salon. This is an internal journey that you've shared with me.
Yes.
And also one for your personal home as well.
Yep.
So I would love for you to share more about that.
Yeah. So as a hairstylist, as a creative, especially a vivid specialist of all things, working in a minimalistic, very monochrome salon is just not it. It's nice. It's a very luxurious, like elevated look. And so like no shade to anybody who that's like your thing. But I feel like a maximalist atmosphere, it expresses so much more playfulness, so much more joy. And like, especially as a vivid specialist, like I want my space to represent me, what I do, what I'm about. But also like, just as a personal note, like maximalism has been such a journey of me coming out to be my authentic self and to embrace like the playful side and creative side of life. Like I actually can have a really rigid personality, which you wouldn't actually understand that based on my environment. But personality wise, I can be very type A, very rigid, very stressed. And I'm really trying to work on that and heal. And like, as I've been in my therapy and my healing journey, like being and leaning into maximalism, like it has been so freeing to just be fun, be free, be playful. And I love it so much. Like I started with my home by painting one wall. I was like, you know what? My husband and I were both creative. Like we're too creative to live in a boring white box.
For real.
I'm literally going to paint one wall and I'm just going to experiment. And I painted a squiggly line that had these like fun drips on it,
which is really freaking cool, by the way. Hopefully you can share like maybe a little snippet in the comments or something.
And I freehanded it and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna wing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And then before you know it, I have a polka dot wall at home. I have a bunch of decor. I'm so excited. I actually just bought new couches. I got velvet, or they're hot pink velvet vintage couches. And I'm so obsessed with them. I have to deep clean them yet, but I'm so excited to like put them in my house soon. They're in my garage.
Oh man. Yeah. I gotta see that. Okay. So, we're gonna go, okay. Actually, that goes right into my next question. So, what else do you enjoy doing, art-wise and creative-wise, other than the hair? So you talk a little bit about painting. So just kind of express like how do you express your creativity other than through your hair artwork? Yeah,
I really do love painting, murals. I'm kind of wing it every time, but it's fun to do. I also make custom eclectic earrings, which is super fun. And also I love to cook. Like I love to cook and feed people. And I think like food could be an art form as well. Like I love to eat too. So definitely like through earrings, painting, food. I mean, honestly, there's so many things. Like literally, I think my problem is that I turn everything into work. I'm like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I can like sell this, or I can.
I know that entrepreneur mindset kicks in whenever we do art, and then that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, oh, I can make this work.
I enjoy it, so I must like find a way to make it also a career. But we need to like learn how to like and just enjoy it. To enjoy it.
Everything. You don't have to make money off everything. You can just have hobbies, just to have hobbies. Like,
what a concept.
I know, literally.
So in the entrepreneurial mindset, speaking of that, what is the most rewarding part about having a salon?
The most rewarding part about having the salon is making a name for myself in the community, and not just a name for myself, but a name for what I stand for. That community goes beyond just these four walls, that you can have an impact on people in a ripple effect way, and truly make a positive impact in the community. And so that's really one of my favorite things about owning a salon, is that I get to invite people here. and into my space, and we can do life together, and it's beyond just in my space in these four walls. And so yeah, I have to say that that's absolutely my favorite thing, that it's a ripple effect into the community of love and support.
That's awesome. All right. So, what else would you like to share about being an artist, creative professional? Because it's one thing to be an artist.
Yeah.
It's another thing to be, professionally doing that.
Yes. Work-life balance. Charge your worth. Definitely listen to your body, listen to your mind. If you're tired and you need to rest, listen to that, because burnout is a real thing. Don't be afraid to turn clients away who are not the right fit.
Sounds good.
And yeah, always look to community over competition. Look to collaborate with other artists. Don't look at other people as competition. Look at them as inspiration.
Oh, I like that. All right. And last, you get to talk about yourself and plug yourself. So what are you working on right now, and what would you like to share, and how can we support you?
So I'm working on a super secret project, just as always, because I'm always doing another thing and another thing and another thing. Yeah.
Not anymore.
So I am working on a curriculum right now for other businesses and other stylists who, and also even creative professionals, entrepreneurs, to help grow their business. I will put a little bit of information out slowly, but I'm working on a class and a workshop so that we can come together and examine one another's business and what works, and have a little bit of developmental coaching there as well. I'm so blessed. I have a very successful career, a very successful salon, and it says a lot in a failing and troubling economy. And so I just want to support other community members, other artists, and share what I know and what's worked for me, and do a tailored approach for each individual as well. So that's just a little bit about that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Mia.
Yay.
I'm going to drop all of the information for how you can follow her and support her, and for her new endeavors. And she will be updating that on her socials as well.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you for watching. And she's an amazing individual. Please go and follow her. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
All the things.
So thanks for being here. See ya.
Peace.